Hi everyone, it's Alistair Clark here from stuntlives.com. My next guy that I'm interviewing is a guy called KULIK, and he is an actor, a stunt performer, and also a stunt coordinator, so pretty multi-talented there. And he's starred in a range of things from British TV programs like Coronation Street, The Bill, Mersey Beat, and then to Hollywood films like the Harry Potter films, The Dark Knight, Kingsman, all of these films. And it's just when you actually talk to him, you can actually sense his enthusiasm, the knowledge that he has, and the great skills that he has of being the performer that he is. So sit back and enjoy this interview, and I will catch up with you later. Hi there, Paul. Thanks so much for joining.
Hi, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Yeah. So how are you doing? How are you now? The strike's over. You can go back to work with the stunts, etc.
Well, yeah. I've been quite fortunate. I've had, I wouldn't say quite a bit of work throughout the strikes, but I've had my fair share. I'm only finished coming off a set, and that was about 2 weeks ago. So I've got things coming up. Quite a lot coming up, but it's not, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to kick in until January.
Okay.
Right. So it's a nice bit of time off just to chill out. I do need the rest, so but I've got other things that I'm trying to get done and move forward with, and prep myself for the next things that we're doing. So still keeping busy.
Good. And I was going to say, in starting work in January, nice start to the year. So
So it's usually when you start in January, in the cold, you're always outside somewhere like on a beach or somewhere where it's absolutely freezing. So I'm hoping it's going to be the Caribbean this time. But I know it's not going. It's going to be London.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Well, I was going to ask you. So, how did you get into stunts, or why did you get into stunts first?
Well, there's a few reasons actually. It all started off. I think it just happened really, because when I was about 5 years old, I was at my first school. I was about 4 or 5, and do you remember those climbing frames that they start? They're quite old. They don't do them now. They go from like 4, 3 to 1.
Yes.
They're like squares. Well, I can remember looking for my mum. Because it looked down like a hill, so I thought I can't see my mum, so I climb all the way to the top. So, and then I eventually saw her, and bless her, and I literally jumped off the top and cleared 2, 3, 4 layers.
Wow.
So, and did like a little roly poly, and ran to my mum. So at that time my mum wasn't impressed. So you can imagine, couldn't you, being 5 years old and stuff. So that, and then years and years later, got to about 8 or 9, I used to escape from where we lived, and I used to take my bike out, and I used to go, believe it or not, how silly it sounds, I used to watch the big articulated lorries pull up at a set of traffic lights or park up, and I used to think I could take my bike underneath those, and this was a push bike. So I used to wait for them to stop at set of traffic lights, make sure they, literally turn red, and they should take my bike on the side. It's before they had the barriers on the side of the articulated bit, and I used to either basically take my bike down to one side and try to slide underneath it, or I used to go down by the wheel below the seat and duck and go underneath it. So I used to get, caught by the police and told off by the police. I was only 8 or 9. Mum wasn't impressed and Dad wasn't impressed, as you can imagine. And then it just skipped quite a few years till I was about 15, 16. And my uncle, he went to London for the day, and he got this poster, and I put it on the back of my door. And when I was lying on my bed, I looked at it, and it had this film starring Paul KULIK, and directed by Paul KULIK. And I stood there. So I didn't stand there. I was lying there, and I thought, actually, I'd love to have my name in lights, sort of thing. And I left it again for quite a few years. I knew a guy called Trevor Steedman, who was a stuntman at the time. Bless him, he's not with us anymore. and he played Private Wazowski in Aliens.
All right, wow.
Yeah, so good friend of mine, and he used to say, you know, by this time I was doing my gymnastics, my trampoline, my martial arts. I was swimming a lot. I did fences. I was quite active, and including horse ride, jousting stuff. And he said to me, he said, "Oh, you should be just chatting." He said, "Oh, have you ever thought about becoming a stuntman?" I went, "No, I'm not that stupid." Even though I did those things in the past when I was a kid, but never really, you know, thought that I'd do stunts and stuff. I've always thought I'd do the acting side of it, which eventually I went to acting school anyway, in Guildford. And then we he showed me a check, like 6 weeks work, and it was a lot of money. And I thought, oh, I could do it. That. You know, I was only, I think, 20 at the time, and because I didn't really know what direction to go in, to be honest. And so I thought, yeah, I'll give that a clue. Anyway, I was talking about all the stuff that he did. He goes, well, you're more or less qualified to get on the British Stunt Register. So he gave me the address. I thought, oh, I'll just apply. I had a few things that I had to do, you know, upgrade it a little bit more. I went to drama school for a few years, and then reapplied and got on.
Yeah, okay.
So that's like, so, you know, thinking back, you know, about when I was younger, it was obviously had it in me somewhere along the line.
Definitely.
As people do, you know. So yeah, so I was destined to do that. But you know, I love my acting as well. I do my acting, but I go under a stage name of Oscar White. So what I usually do, have my acting parts under that name, and Paul KULIK under my stunts. So it doesn't. I like it separated.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that's how I got on, and that's the reason why I guess I've done it.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it. I love it.
Yeah, no, definitely. Okay, so when you're acting, are there any times where you have to do your own stunts as well then?
Yeah. I mean, most of the characters I've played are baddies. So, and baddies always get killed, don't they, in the end?
That's true.
So, yeah, you know, I've always done. I played. Well, actually, in this one, I didn't get killed. Actually, I was a baddie. I played a character called Fanny Davison in the bill. So I was the main baddie in the bill, but they never told me until I finished shooting because they didn't want me to panic.
Right.
So yeah, so I did that. It worked really well. The director liked me, picked me. I think there's a few other stunt guys going for it because it was cheaper. Yeah, I've been the bill. I've been lucky because I did. I was a main baddie in Spooks. I was in the tunnel. I played a paparazzi guy in the tunnel. Actually, my name was Paul, funny enough.
Okay.
So I've had, you know, I love doing my script. I love, you know, talking and stuff. It doesn't really bother me at all, you know, being in front of the camera and also, you know, I've been in front of the camera with, you know, loads of famous people as well. So, and it doesn't scare me. I've seen people who suddenly sort of freeze as soon as the camera's rolling for some reason I don't know, but and I enjoy it, and you know, and it helps production out. So if you can act and do stunts, it saves the production money as well.
Absolutely,
because you've got one person rather than two. And I'm waiting for is a film called The Outrun. I was playing quite a nasty person in a film that's up and coming. I can't actually say what it is at the moment because it hasn't been released.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I've been waiting for that to go. I've just had loads of parts and loads of different things, and I enjoy it. I love it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So you know, it's a nice thing to have.
Yeah.
And you know, I stunt coordinate as well as perform and act. So I have three different. Things, you know, yeah. So it all works. It works really well.
Definitely. And as you said, as you know, you being a bad guy, I've heard that playing a bad guy is a lot more fun than playing a good guy as well.
It is, yeah. You do, yeah. You get away with quite a bit. It's so much fun. It is fun. I mean, no matter if I played good guys as well, but you can be. I don't know. You could just. You know, what was I going to say? You know, you could just go for it being a baddie. You know, well, with a good guy, you've got to just really be that really nice person all the time. But baddie, you can really add things to it, and you can ad lib a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like a pantomime, and you can play with your character a lot.
Definitely. Yeah.
So, and the directors love that.
Yeah.
And it works. It works for me. You know, and I've been very fortunate to play those parts. You know, I've gone up for certain things and nearly got them, but lost them. But that's the nature of the game. That's, you know, it's the game that we're in. So you don't take it personally. It's just a business thing. Your face doesn't fit. It doesn't fit.
Yeah. No. Okay, that's very sensible. Actually, good outlook.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you got to. Otherwise, it'll drive you mad.
True. Good point. Good point. So, so you know, you said when you were growing up, etc. You know, you used to do crazy things, etc. But did you have any stunts that you looked in films or TV series that you're like, that's one of the best stunts I've ever seen, or that you were blown away with?
Oh my god, what a question! Really good question. Do you know? There's been plenty. You know, I can't think off the top of my head now.
Yeah. Okay.
But there has been plenty. I mean, you know, that even now, that even though I coordinate quite a bit now rather than perform, but I do perform still. You know, there's some things I do see and thought, actually, you know, oh, I like to do that. Or, you know, same with the acting. You go, oh, I like to do that. I like to be in this film and do this, or play opposite that person. But I mean, you know, I've done the explosions, I've done the big escalator falls, I've done the high falls, I've done the car knockdowns, I've done the fire burns. Fire burns I quite enjoy doing, and you know, a lot of driving. But you know, I've rolled a car on a TV program. You know, I've done war stuff, so I think the stuff that I've done, I think I've always wanted to probably get the chance to do.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Absolutely.
So, you know, there's still things I'd like to do. I like to be, you know, with the acting, especially the acting side of thing, I like to have a really big supporting role. You know, I'd like to give that a go.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's probably my next big thing.
Okay.
Hopefully it comes up.
Yeah. Have you thought about like sort of writing your own films that you could star in yourself as well?
Well, do you know, it's funny enough. I have a story. I'm not going to really say what it is, but I'm in the process of doing something, and it's based on my dad.
Okay.
So I'm writing a book about it, and it's based in like World War II sort of time. So and then I'll probably bring it up to the modern day, well, back in modern day, back in, you know, in like 70s and 80s from that World War II thing. So I'm in the process of doing that, yeah.
Okay.
And then hopefully try to get the book published, and then I'd like to turn it into, if it's a you know, a TV series thing or a film.
Yeah. Right.
Not easy.
Yeah. No, I bet. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Sounds so good. Okay, so
yeah,
watch this space, people. That's what I say.
Yes, watch this space. It's quite good. I've told the stories to, you know, friends of mine, and everybody. It wasn't my idea to do that. It was everybody who would sit and listen and go, "Have you ever thought of writing that as a film or as a script?" And that's come from loads of people in the industry. So people have told me, rather than I've gone, "Oh, actually, I'm just going to write about my dad," but it's not. It's the story that I tell them. And they're just like, that is really good. You've really got to do something with that. And this has gone back years and years, and I'm just starting. Actually, I've just started it.
Right.
So there's a lot of background information that I need to get. I want to do it right. I want to, you know, get it perfect, especially for my dad and stuff, and then see how I can get to sell it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that as well. Okay. My little project. Yeah.
Because one of my next questions was actually, you know, where do you see yourself, you know, coming up with, say, future roles and that sort of thing? But, you know, you've answered that with the book.
Yeah, yeah. That's my own personal side of things. I mean, with work and stuff, I work with a couple other coordinators. One really, really good coordinator who I work with, and we do a lot of work together. We share our work, and that side of it. I only know what I've got once I get told what I've got. You see what I mean?
Definitely.
But this other one's my personal thing, so I do it as and when I can.
Okay. Yeah.
Couple of years, probably.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And how long does it take you to, because you said you were a stunt performer as well as a stunt coordinator, they're completely, obviously different things.
Yeah.
How do you, okay, so when you're being a stunt performer, how do you get into the mindset of actually saying, I can, or even I can't do that stunt, it's too dangerous?
When you get a phone call, I usually ask them what sort of stunt it is. Now, if it's something saying if they want me to do a double back somersault on concrete, with a double twist or whatever it's going to be, I would turn around and say, no, I can't do that. The worst thing is saying, oh, yeah, I'll do that. And then get on set and you can't do that. That would give you a bad reputation. So I usually go, nah, sorry, I can't do that. And they go, oh, thanks for being honest. And then they move on. But even though you walk away going, oh, I've just turned down some work, or it could be 3 weeks worth of work, or it could be a day's worth of work. It doesn't matter. If I can't do the job, I don't do it. Easy as that.
Good. Yeah. As you said, you're being honest with yourself as well as the people you're working with.
Yeah, and you have to be. You have to be. So, if you want to keep working and people to keep liking you and doing a good job, the worst thing to do is go on set and not do it in front of 60, 70 people.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Bad reputations. So that's why I don't do it.
Okay. And so what about the stunt coordinating as well? How, well, I suppose it depends on the stunt that's involved, but how challenging is that as well? Or how, safety conscious as well, you need to take that into account?
Yeah, oh yeah, very, very safety conscious. Always look up. I mean, I've been coordinating now for about 18 months. I've, done mostly TV. I'll probably have a film or maybe a couple of films next year that I'll be in hand with someone else. I look at, you do all your prep, you look after your stunt boys or stunt girls, make sure that they're safe. If a director says, look, can you do this? You can turn around and say, look, that's virtually impossible to do that. Or, but if you say no, they don't like you saying no. But if you come up with a solution, you can say, well, hang on a second, 1 second. What I can do is, and they go, okay, and they like that. The worst thing to say, no, can't do it. And then they go, well, what do I do? And you go, but you don't do that. Or I don't do that. I just go, the solution is, and they go, okay, I like that. Let's see if that works. Okay, that's fine. Fair enough. But yeah, safety is paramount, for everybody on set, including crew. And, I constantly, speak to the guys or speak to the girls, make sure that they're still focusing on board. I constantly think through when I know what's coming up, on the next take or sorry, on the next set, next setup. It's constantly going through my mind. And sometimes I walk away, think about it, and come up with a really, really good solution. And that's how I work.
Yeah.
And it seems to work, touch wood.
Yes. No, that's
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
so
I was going to say, so what about, say if you have to think of an alternative, then would you then consult with the producers in terms of the budgets, etc. as well?
No, I mean, if it's because when the direct, what's happening on certain days. You'll have meetings as well beforehand, and you can say, look, wait till you see the location. Then you can say, look, you can't fall between a building that's like, it's got a gap of like 20 inches. You can't do that. So you can say, well, hang on, what I can do is fall from the front and land on, on an airbag or crash mat, or it depends on the height. So you have to be in charge of your department. And producers don't really get involved. They've never really got involved to me. I've had producers on set who've actually had a look to see how I'm doing and stuff like that, because they may use you for another job. So with directors and stuff, I usually how I work with directors, I usually ask what their vision is first, and then work off their vision. Or I might say, actually, I've got an idea, and they go, okay, let's hear it. And they go, I like that, but I like this bit. And you go, okay, I can do that. Or you go, actually, that's really good, but I can make it even better. And they go, okay. So you work together. You don't just say, right, that's what's happening. I mean, I don't want, other people might do it. I just go, you know, I know what he wants, and it works, you know, and we just bounce between both of us. And then if it's just actors involved, you know, I speak to the actors beforehand, you know, I could probably pad them up. Or it depends on what they're doing. And I usually, before the actual take, after rehearsals, before they go for a take, I usually take them to one side and go, right, remember guys, you know, you both got to look out for each other, because you got this or you got that. You haven't got stunt doubles. So it's easier with stunt doubles, because you just tell the stunt doubles what they're doing, or they'll listen to you. They have an idea. They go ahead and do it. Obviously to the safest way as possible. But like I said, with the actors, you know, I always say, look, you need to look after each other. Or if they're doing something, I'll say, look, if you're going to this corner, you know, don't push him. Let the guy who's being pushed do the bit on the ball, because I wouldn't want an actor to go bang with the other actor, because then he'll wind him. So I'll pretend to do it, but the other actor will end up doing the momentum, as it were. So they're both safe. Yeah. And they're really good. I mean, the actors I've worked with always sit down or stand and listen to me. And, you know, if they say, well, I'm not too sure how this, but they might go, actually, that doesn't feel comfortable for me. What I'll do, can I do this? And I'll go, yeah, let's give it a go. You know, and then they've got their input. I've had my input, and the director goes, love it.
Yeah.
You know, so you work together as a team. That's really important, you know, and like I said, safety is paramount, massively.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you alluded to the fact about stunt doubles as well, because you're the stunt double for James McAvoy, Andy Serkis, and Mark Hamill.
Yeah. I have been in the past. Yeah.
Right. Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So I've doubled loads of other actors, but they're the main actors that I've doubled before in the past. So yeah, all good and really nice as well, all of them.
Oh, good.
Yeah, really, really nice.
With the Mark Hamill one, was that? I take it that was the Star Wars one. Was that?
That was wasn't the films. It was a video game.
Oh, right. Okay.
So again, I can't really say, because I can, but I can't really say much about it, because 1 minute it's finished, then it started up again, it's finished. So I'd rather not.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'd rather not say anything, just in case.
Yes. Okay.
If it came out like 2 years ago, then I could say, but because it has been released and it hasn't, so yeah. But yeah, really nice. They're really nice people.
Oh, okay. Well, and I was also going to say, like, with Andy Serkis as well, because Andy Serkis, like, well, some of the films that he's done, like, you know, the Avenger films, and obviously Planet of the Apes films, and Lord of the Rings, as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked at Andy Serkis's Imaginarium place where they do motion capture.
Yes.
And that's really cool. And Andy's really nice. You know, I mean, you move on from other people. It depends if you can double them, or if you're working. Do you know what I mean? So there could be clashes that you don't end up working or doubling them anymore. I mean, I first started off doing a film called Inkheart with Andy Serkis. And that was really good, because he taught me how to do a bit of acting as well. So that really, really helped, you know, when something's not there. Yeah. So it's not as easy as what it sounds. And then you know, and then I doubled him on Avengers Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
So you know, and again, really nice guy. Really, really love working with these people.
Yeah. Okay. And could you say what your favourite stunt that you've performed, whether in TV or film? Or has
my favourite, do you know, I've done so many.
Okay.
I've done so many.
What was the first stunt that you ever performed on TV or film?
First stunt. Actually, probably wasn't a stunt. Actually, it was a TV series called Mersey Beat. Back in, I think, 1999 or something.
Yep.
And I was driving. Just driving. I played a baddie, getting away from the police. You know, skid turns and handbrake skid turns, and that was my very first taste of being a stunt performer.
Yeah.
And my first film was Da Vinci Code.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, which was amazing. A bit of time, you know, to be on, and I worked with some really, really nice people as well on that. So that was good. Say again, sorry.
Ron Howard and Tom Hanks.
Yes, Ron Howard. Yeah, Ron Howard. Got to meet Ron Howard and shake his hand, and and it's really, really funny because I don't get starstruck with any actors or anything like that, but I did. I can remember going up to him and I'm thinking, oh God, that's Ron Howard from Happy Days. And constantly through my mind, it was like Monday, Tuesday, Happy Days, Thursday, Friday, Happy Days. And I thought, come on, Paul, get a grip. And he was really nice. He spoke to me, told me what sort of stunt he wanted and done it. But that was, you know, the Happy Days thing was only for about 10, 15 seconds going through my mind. Yeah, it was like, you know, you got to keep your head clear.
Yeah.
You know, obviously I grew up watching Happy Days. Yeah. So, you know, it's a childhood thing, you know.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, but that was great. Enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well,
it worked. It looked really good.
Okay. Yeah, because I think one of the earlier films that he's done as well is was Grand Theft Auto. That's an amazing.
Right, yes.
I'm not sure if you've seen it. It's a 70s film. I think it was made in 77. Grand Theft Auto, and it's all about car chases and them crashing up cars and everything like that. Roger Corman.
Yeah, I've played the game, but I've never seen the film.
Yeah. Okay.
So I couldn't comment on the film, but I'm sure it was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to any aspiring, actors as well as stunt performers?
In what sort of way?
Like how to become a stunt performer and how to join the British register, stunt register, etc.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got to be. It's got to be in you to do it. You haven't just got to be in it for the money. You've got to have a passion for it, and you've got to be really safety conscious as a performer. You've got to have your awareness about yourself of, you know, if you're doing high falls and stuff like that, because accidents can happen. You know, it's just a matter of to train hard, and, you know, focus on the game that you're training to do. And, you know, it's not going to be easy. It's a long road. You know, work's not always there. And when you first start off, you know, some people will sometimes probably pretty skeptical about using you because you've never performed before. So it's just, you know, my attitude is go in, do your job, and go home, and keep this quiet. That's the best way I can think. And there's also an association that's starting up at the moment called the United Kingdom Stunt Association. So that shows you again on how to be safe. It's a lot of health and safety. So that's coming out soon. So that'll be launched probably December time, January time. So there'll be a lot of that on there as well. So it tell you what you need to do. Obviously the British Stunt Register does the same, but it's your choice at the end of the day which direction you want to go in. And with the acting, you know, it's just do the best of your ability. Again, I can't really say, because, you know, you can come out of drama school, and once you come out of drama school, that's not, you know, going to drama school is not the beginning. The beginning is once you've actually got a part. You know, and then you prove yourself to the casting directors or to directors and other actors that are, you know, acting in the program. And it's, you know, it's very much your own ability. You know, if you're really good at your acting, really good at the stunts, you're going to be successful. If you're not, you know, and some people might just be in for the money, you know, your performance or your acting will just drop completely dead, really.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's all about passion. You've got to have the passion to do that.
Absolutely,
yeah. That's my motto towards everything. So yeah,
definitely. You know, you don't want to get motivated by money, because you'll get found out, and it's just, I can't see.
Yeah, you got to love it, haven't you? You got to be in it to love it, and you know, and you got to be in when you do stunts and stuff. You got to make sure that you focus on the day. Never lie about when you get a phone call. Like I said before, you know, you get the phone call, go, yeah, I can do that, when you can't. Because that'll kill your career once you're on set and you can't do it. That'll kill your career before it's even started.
Yeah.
So it's best to be honest. Is one of them. Focus. Listen to what the stunt coordinator and the director has to tell you, and do the best of your ability.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. No, good advice. Great advice. Okay, and then finally, if people want to know more about yourself and the work you do, etc., you know, have you got a website that people could go to?
No, I have. I mean, I mean, I don't really. I'm not one of these people. I should do, really. I go on recommendations.
Yeah.
With everything. Obviously, I've got an agent for my acting. But I don't know. I should set up a website. I'm sure I probably do it at some point. But with this United Kingdom Stunt Association, there will be bits about us. You know, about the people who are starting this up. There'll be photos and stuff like that, and they can contact you there. But you know, I've got a show reel on YouTube that I have, and obviously an IMDb page, and I'm on the Spotlight as well. But yeah, I mean, you know, it is what it is. I don't really like talking about myself.
Yeah. Okay.
And stuff like that. I find that really uncomfortable for some reason. But you know, if people like the stuff that I do, that's great. You know, if they have the privilege of watching it on the cinema, or you know, have friends going, "Oh, that was really good. I really like that." Or you know, especially on the day when you've done an acting part, a stunt part, the director goes, "Love it, great." Producers go, "Love it." You know that you've done a good job. So they're important to me.
Yeah.
I don't go, "Oh, I'm the best actor, the best stunt performer, or best coordinator." I don't do that. I wait for the outside people to come in and tell me.
Yeah. No, that's a great way. You know, you do let the work do the talking.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly that. So you know, when I've done some acting stuff, because I did Coronation Street as well, and you know, which was a goodie actually. Funny enough, wasn't a baddie on that one, but I just remembered. But you know, like I said, it's everyone who's around me on that set. If they turn around and said, "Actually, he was really bad," I'm sure they would tell you, or it never get filmed. Yep. But touch wood, I've always had directors coming up to me and said, "Great job," or there was a job that I did a few years ago, and we was out. I can't remember where we were, and then I was rehearsing with this other actor, and the first AD turned around and said to the director, "Shall I get the actor in?" And the director turned around and said, "I've already got the actor. He's a better actor than the actor." And I did not know where to put my face. So I go on that. That's all I go on. So you know, if I do a good actor job, and they say that's great, you know, and brilliant, you know, usually again, which they usually do, you know that you're okay. Yeah. You know, and the same with stunts. If you're good at performing, they'll use you again. So you know, there's something there. And same with coordinating. When you stunt coordinate, you know, I work with really a guy who's quite close to me and stuff. And you know, I actually said to him one day, I said, "Why do you use me?" And he goes, "Look, you're a really, really good friend." He says, "If you was rubbish, I wouldn't use you. But I use you because you're good at what you do." Yeah. So again, it comes from other people. I never go, "Yeah, I'm brilliant at this, brilliant at that." I never do that. I let other people tell me. Yeah. And if I make a mistake, you know, it doesn't look good, sometimes I turn around and say to the director, "Can I do that again?" They go, "No, look really good on camera." I go, "Just give me one more because it didn't feel good." And I do walk away a bit disappointed. They love it. I didn't like it, but that's not my shout. Yeah. You know, so, you know, there's times when I you know, if I get that opportunity to just do that a little bit more, little bit better, because you look it back on the monitor, you think, oh, that's rubbish.
Yeah.
But the director goes, oh yeah, I love it. You know, I usually do say, can I do it once more? And they go, we haven't got time, we need to move on. Go, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
But I do dwell over it because I knew I could have done a better job and made it look better, but they're happy. So, but like I say, it's all about what other people say to me rather than me going around telling people I'm really good, and I don't do that.
I like that. I like that.
Hi there, it's me again. I hope you enjoyed that interview, and I completely forgot to say that he's a star in Star Wars films as well, or Star Wars Rogue One. He's appeared in the Avengers film, Age of Ultron. So as I said, multi-talented guy, so really great guy to chat to as well. Anyway, if you like what you see, feel free to subscribe to my channel on the YouTube at Stunt Lives, and also on all the media channels, social media channels, and that's found at Stunt Lives, or go to my website, stuntlives.com. If you like what you see, do a thumbs up. That'd be great. And then also feel free to subscribe to my channel as well. You can't even get the words out. So yeah, that'd be great. And if you've got any suggestions of who you'd like me to interview next, then please drop some comments. Thanks for now. Bye.